Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Drunken Gunslinger. Thanks for your support, Gunslinger. That said, let's get started. Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, Varnhold's Lot. Now, last time we almost completed the City of Hollow Eyes, though we do still have a few notable loose ends to tie up. We've got that Earth Elemental to the east, plus that injured blue dragon to the west, and we still have to find those missing younglings, so we've definitely got our work cut out for us. Oh, but before we do anything, let's get our guys properly buffed. We do have some pretty tough fights waiting for us.
This is my path.
Now let's see here.
Everyone counts on me.
I'm always ready.
Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Let us not hesitate.
My plans always come to fruition.
Together we stand.
Ready when you are.
I am never wrong.
We should prepare.
We should move.
That should be enough for now. We do have some short-term buffs, but we'll hold off on those until we're ready to fight. In fact, let's head east and take out that Earth Elemental first. Then we can sweep west, hopefully before our short-term buffs wear off. There it is.
It is done.
Alright, let's get the rest of those buffs up.
I stand ready.
Spare me the details.
I'll make my own legend.
Okay, let's get this started.
I tire of waiting.
Oh good, there's two of them. These things hit pretty hard, so let's burn off a few charges here. Avaros is hit. Let's get Brother Olaf on that.
I require healing.
Nice. That's one down, but Avaros is barely standing. There we go.
No stopping now.
Alright, let's get our guys patched up. We've still got a lot of work to do.
Our duty calls. Let us bide our time.
Good enough.
Onwards.
Huh. Nothing. I guess the, oh, there we go. Oh, very nice. A heavy shield +2 and a wand of cure moderate wounds. Well, if we've got more fights like that ahead of us, then that wand will definitely come in handy. As for the +2 shield, that obviously goes right to Retcon. He's our only party member who actually uses shields. I guess we could equip that shock dagger while we're here. Alright, we're on the clock, so we'll hit that temple next.
March on!
Oh, looks like the Centaurs beat us to it. Let's make sure we're ready for this. Looks like most of our buffs are still running, so, let's just tap Avaros with a touch of good. Hopefully we can still talk our way out of this. There you are, two-legged. What do you say now? You tried to make us drop our guard while your spies got inside the tomb? The Centaur nocks an arrow, holds his bow close at the ready, then aims at a boy of about 18 who can barely stand from fear. I did no such thing. Magar is grim and serious. Look at them, they're adolescents, silly youths who snuck into a creepy dungeon, and they did it before we made our agreement. Exactly. They were already on their way, and none of you knew about it? Neither you nor your subjects? The songs that rise inside me were written long ago by the great shamans and warriors of the past. I hear their voices saying, keep away, don't trust, be vigilant. And these songs are about you. Ooh, only 2 options. Let's try to defuse this. Do you care about your tribe, Gnomon warriors? If so, then think. You are about to shed the blood of younglings. They're almost children. It is the same as declaring war. A whisper runs through the ranks of the Centaurs. After a tense pause, they lower their bows. We will withdraw, but your treachery will not pass without consequences. The warrior priestess Akora Silverfire will find out about everything, and you will not trick us again. Wonderful. This couldn't get any better. We've barely begun the barony, and already we're on the verge of a war with the Centaurs. Regent, General, before we return to Varnhold, we'll need to consider how we'll defend our villages. Maybe there's a way we can repair the damage that's been done. As for you, children, run on home to your parents. Thank you, Your Grace. They would have killed us. Well, crisis at least temporarily averted. Let's finish exploring this temple, and then we've still got a dragon to deal with.
No stopping now.
Can't actually do anything here. It's almost as if they're saving it for another adventuring party. What have we here? Crystal key. The scratched crystal looks as if someone forcefully pried it out of its setting not long ago. Oh, okay, that's for the crystal puzzle. Okay, let's start heading back towards that dragon. Oh, looks like we still have a few spots to fill in too. We'll worry about that afterwards. I wonder who pried that crystal out of the crystal puzzle. I guess the most logical answer would be those kids. It did say it was done recently. Proceed with caution. Yeah, there he is. Alright, let's toss up a few more spells, then we'll have a chat with this guy.
Adventures await.
Remove fear. These things do give off fear. Let's bring in a few summons, just to keep it distracted. Oh, and resist energy. Can't forget that. This thing's blue, so that means electricity.
Please, get to the point.
And a touch of good, just in case we can resolve this peacefully. Fingers crossed. The dragon towers over you like a giant rock. His scales are blue to rival the sky, and the neck proudly arches. But one wing sticks out at a strange angle, and his sides are torn and ragged, covered in acid burns. Oh, guests, please come closer. Don't fear. We can help each other. The dragon utters the words with obvious effort, looking cautiously around. Greetings to you too, Sir Polite Dragon. What ill fate brings you to my dominions? Please bear my bluntness, human, but for someone like me, your dominions are just a word. I dash through the sky, cutting across the dominions of princelings and kinglet every moment, and over my lifetime, your borders will change 200 times, and then 200 more. The dragon snorts loudly, the closest he can come to laughter, given his condition. A valid point. Then please, bear my bluntness as well. Most rulers wouldn't want an unknown dragon in their dominions, especially a blue one like you. Your kind is not known for its kindness. A polite way to say that we usually exterminate and rob your kin. The dragon snorts out another laugh. I would be happy to spare you my presence, but I am unable. Do you see what has happened to my wing? Only my stubbornness got me over the mountains, but it won't take me any further. My wounds are painful. The acid continues to burn, and the magic stings and stings. Damned Ilthuliak is not above robbing and devouring other dragons. But I escaped, and I'll be healed before she finds me again. All I need is an artifact from the stash here, hidden under these slabs. Bring me its wholesome magic, and I will repay you. And yes, I will take myself far away from here. Magar turns to you and Cecil. What do you say? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that this thing is unrepentantly evil, so... To trust a dragon, and an evil one at that, he will attack us as soon as we help him heal. I am not so opinionated about this creature's ability to honor his word. But truth be told, I simply cannot see any reason to let him go, and certainly no reason to give away a precious artifact. Forgive me, Sir Polite Dragon, but I don't trust you, and I will sleep better at night knowing that you won't come back one day to rob my lands and kill my people. Oh, and we're fighting. Alright, Magar, you know what to do. This is likely to get messy quick, so we'll have to keep a close eye on things.
Believe in yourselves.
Minor lightning damage. Nothing to worry about just yet. Oh, hey, look at that. I was really expecting more of a fight. Wow, we're pretty much untouched too.
No stopping now.
Well, I guess he was injured. Sadly, we can't actually see how much that affected his stats. Alright, let's see what that got us. That looks promising. Bracers of deflection. Weaponless doesn't always mean defenseless. These bracers give the wearer a +2 deflection bonus to AC, and the ability to cast the shield spell twice a day, like a 5th level wizard. Interesting. I think it's fair to say that's going right to Averos.
I shall keep it for someone else.
Whoops. Of course, that does make his Ring of Protection redundant, but that's fine. We'll sell it once we get back to Varnhold. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Vendor trash. More vendor trash. Ah, there we go. Keen shortsword +1. That's obviously going to Magar. Cloak of the Lion. That's new. A knight's motto is embroidered on the underlay. She who casts off her fear disarms the evil. This cloak gives its wearer a +3 resistance bonus on all savings throws. If the wearer is lawful good, this bonus is increased to +5. If the wearer is a paladin, they gain an ability to spend 1 use of their Smite Evil ability to grant all allies in the range of 20 feet immunity to fear effects for the number of rounds equal to the wearer's paladin level. Well, I think that's also going to Averos, though I'm hard-pressed to imagine we'll run into anything scarier than a dragon. Honestly, though, that +5 bonus to savings throws is already pretty ridiculous. I guess we'll toss that leftover cloak to Magar. Oh, looks like Kyrus needs some attention.
I will not falter.
Madridium Turinos. Madridium Turinos.
Okay, let's finish clearing the area and get back to Varnhold.
Onwards.
I'm guessing that's one of Hale Yan's former henchmen. Yep, that's a dead bandit. Let's hit those blind spots, and I think we're done. Oh, hold on. We totally forgot about this crystal puzzle. Alright, now, let me start this off by saying Pathfinder Kingmaker has a lot of strengths, but the puzzle designs aren't one of them. As far as I can tell, there are no actual clues on this map, and everyone else seems to have just brute forced their way through the puzzle, the same way I did. I actually do know the solution to this puzzle. We have to activate these crystals in a roughly spiral-shaped pattern. I just don't understand the logic behind that solution. Anyway, let me hit the pause button real quick so I can check my notes, and then we'll knock this out. I keep misclicking these things, so let's see if I actually get it right this time. There we go. Thank goodness. Alright, looks like our reward is a Wand of Heal. Very nice. And a Headband of Mental Perfection +4. Even nicer. I think we know which one the dragon was looking for. Now, we could give this to Averos, but he's already got that Headband of Charisma. If we give it to Arengale instead, she'll actually gain a +2 bonus to AC, plus a couple of extra spell slots, so I think that's our best bet for now. Really though, I think most of our party could get good use out of an item like that one. Oh, and of course the Wand of Heal will go to Brother Olaf. Only 3 charges, but that's still pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. Two more specks on our map, and then we'll pay those villagers another quick visit. All clear. One more to go. Hey, looks like we did miss something. Nothing major, but I'm certainly not complaining.
No stopping now.
The Centaurs, those mad beasts, will we ever be safe as long as they roam these lands? Probably not, but for other reasons. The Baron himself, and his comrades. I never thought I'd meet someone so important. Oh, and I think we're done. Well, all things considered, that was a very rewarding adventure.
Follow me.
Looks like we're overloaded, so we'll have to dump something real quick. Oh, okay. We should be fine once we drop a set of armor. And back to Varnhold. Onward, my friends!
Wonderful. Now the Centaur barbarians have added themselves to our already too long list of problems. We'd best order long pikes for the infantry and beef up the fortifications.
Or we could avoid fighting them and save the money for something more urgent than battling barbarians.
I believe we should set up a camp for the night.
Alright, nothing fancy here, just restoring our abilities. Oh, it is worth mentioning, though, that in Varnhold's lot, there aren't any hidden timers, so we don't actually have to worry about wasting time while camping. We'll just save our rations for when we're stuck in a dungeon. And on we go. Oh, that was quick. Alright, something's clearly waiting for us, so let's get our buffs set up real quick.
I shall not fail.
My skills are absolute.
Inimosi tradisi. Inimosi tradisi.
I
First, a
will
mercenary
see
who
this
dreamt
through.
of becoming a baron. Now a
What is
baron
it?
longing for a simple mercenary life. What's wrong with me?
Irate.
We should move.
Okay, let's see what they've got for us. Get your paws off me, carrion! Okay then. Let's do this. Let's fire up some spell support. Huh. Easier than expected.
I stand ready.
Kyrus took a few hits, though. The man you've just saved catches his breath and smiles brightly, as if he hadn't just been zigzagging away from his pursuers. His clothing and equipment are an odd mix of quality, durable items and pompous, decorative elements. Even his shirt seems cut specially to provide an unobstructed view of his chest, which is adorned with 2 golden chains. Baron Varn, your grace, what fortune meeting you here. Until now, I've met only unpleasant guests on my morning escapades. Magar smiles warmly at the stranger and extends his hand in friendship as to an equal. He also stands in such a way as to capture the stranger's attention, while not blocking your view or Cephal's. Greetings, and you are? Mister Gunderson, your grace. Apparently flattered by the attention, the peculiar man strikes a proud pose. Scientist, traveler, and researcher of antiquities, at your service. It is a pleasure to see that my barony attracts such educated people, and it is most regrettable that they must face such difficulties. Magar nods towards the dead, now entirely dead, Cyclops. Where did that creature come from? I have no idea. Willis's voice seems tranquil. I was enjoying the view and taking notes when an ill-mannered simpleton stepped into my light. I politely asked him to step aside and allow me to finish, but he wouldn't listen. And when I turned around, I knew he couldn't have, for zombies have as much reason as manners. Alright, let's get a closer look at this guy. While Magar entertains the traveler in conversation, you carefully examine his gear and clothes. The first thing that strikes your attention is an intricate yellowish jade bracelet on his wrist. You can tell by his ragged state that Willis has been on the road for at least a few days, and indeed, from all appearances, mostly off-road. Okay, let's get a closer look at that bracelet. The bracelet looks carved of a whole piece of jade of unusual hue. Even from a distance, you can see the patterns that decorate it, obviously signs of the relic's origin. This item came from the ancient Cyclops Empire, but what is it doing here, and how did this hapless traveler acquire it? Well, now this Cyclops is much more polite, isn't he? Magar falls quiet for a moment, allowing you to add a few words to the conversation. So, you're an antiquity specialist, Sir Gunderson. That bracelet you're wearing is certainly ancient, isn't it? You won't find a better specialist in ancient treasures on either side of the Tors of Lebanese. Willis shows you the bracelet readily. This knickknack is my latest find. I found it on the river shore. It would seem the water washed it out of some ancient burial mound. No doubt it is very ancient and may have serious scientific value. I haven't dated it precisely yet. You must understand such things take time. But I swear, Desna herself guided my hand. Magar approaches and pats the lad on the shoulder, gently taking the bracelet from Willis's hands before he can object. This is quite interesting. The barony doesn't yet boast of its scientific achievements, but I think we can find a specialist who should be able to determine the bracelet's origin. If this is a precious item, your efforts in finding it will be generously rewarded. Here, take this as an advance. He takes a purse from his belt and hands it to Willis. Where did you say you found it? By the river. Willis seems taken aback by expropriation of the bracelet, but regains his smile when he feels the weight of the purse he's just been handed. I'm only happy to oblige in any way I can, Baron Varn. With your connections, we'll surely discover the origin of this find. And meanwhile, I may employ my time on something just as useful. Did you know that besides scientific articles, I also write fiction, and I cannot pass up the opportunity to write about the exploits of the Varnling host and chronicle your first steps as a baron? You wouldn't mind, would you? So long as you don't ask me to sit for a portrait. Magar laughs infectiously. I was born to a noble family, so my childhood was wasted on sitting with my mother and brothers for a train of grand portraits. I was only spared the torture after I covered my waistcoat in tar and lit my pretty feathered beret on fire. So long as you'll spare me such torments, Willis, I don't mind what you do. You should find some place to settle in Varnhold and get to work. I will send word when I receive news about the bracelet. As you wish, Your Grace. It was a pleasure dealing with you. Willis Gunderson hurries off in the direction of Varnhold. Magar follows him with his eyes for a time, then scoffs. That went well. Of course, the lad is lying through his teeth, but we got more from him than we might have hoped. Varn looks pensively at the bracelet. Why did you invite this Gunderson to Varnhold anyway? Do we really need even more foolish treasure hunters in this backwater? My mercenary gut. 9 times out of 10, when my gut tells me to keep my eyes peeled, the situation is about to get bad. Of course, there's always the 10th time, and my gut is merely predicting a severe hangover. But I don't think that's the case this time. Magar frowns for a moment. Maybe Gunderson really is just a charming chatterbox, and he ran into that dead Cyclops by accident. And maybe this bracelet is a simple piece of jewelry. But something in this story doesn't sit right. I suspect that Gunderson lied about finding it by the river. He'd clearly been wandering for days, through dungeons by the look of him. Ha! Didn't I tell you, Cecil? There's something wrong here. The bracelet is an ancient Cyclops relic. It doesn't take a specialist to see that. I agree. Perhaps we shall find a Cyclops treasure around the corner. This does not alter the fact our leader continues to leap at every shadow and makes a fool of himself for random passing strangers, instead of focusing on important matters, such as engaging in the barony's politics. The lad finds an ancient Cyclops treasure in a dungeon, runs out with a zombie Cyclops at his heels. I see no mystery in what happened here. A keen nose and an eagle eye. Magar pats you on the shoulder in approval. I hope that dead Cyclops is the only thing that crawled out of wherever the lad stole this bracelet. What a story. We've hardly solved our problems with the Centaurs, and we've already got a whole new riddle, and a personal chronicler along with it. We should look more closely at his paltry rhymes. Cecil, take the bracelet and see what you can make of it. Retcon, keep an eye on our new friend. Visit him in Varnhold when you have the time. Maybe you'll manage to pry something else out of him. That's it. Let's move. Interesting. Looks like we've still got a little exploring to do here. Yeah, let's clear the rest of these ruins, and then I think we'll be at a good stopping point. They're throwing an awful lot of vendor trash at us.
Onwards.
There's the exit. Oh, and we've got a skeletal champion archer on top of the hill.
No stopping now.
Guess we've still got some fighting ahead of us. Okay, 2 skeletal champions. That's barely a speed bump.
This is my path.
Oh, shoot. We've got a 3rd champion flanking us. Alright, let's block him off.
We can do it!
Nice.
I'll make my own legend.
Retcon took a few hits there, but I get the impression we'll be resting soon. Even more vendor trash. All the vendor trash we can carry.
It is done.
The road awaits.
I agree. I think we're done here. Yeah, let's head for the exit before these buffs wear off. That enlarge spell should let us walk out with a little extra loot. We'll still have to dump something, though. and back to Varnhold. We'll hit the pause button once we actually get there. Guess we're dealing with this. Now you, my dear readers, have finally learned how I, Mister Gunderson, author of this tale, first entered the acquaintance of Baron Varn and his companions. But as much as I would like to delve into this remarkable meeting, I must remind myself that by no means am I the main character of this book. Perhaps one day it will occur to Baron Varn or the General to mention me in their memoirs, for surely our encounter must have made an impression upon them as well. As fate would have it, the party has another adventure before returning to Varnhold. Having decided to take a shortcut, they find themselves in an area with strange furrows, which crisscross the ground here and there. Baron Varn and his companions are cautious and approach unnoticed as a young centaur whoops and leaps from one furrow to another. After a moment, Baron Varn prepares to call out to the creature. Cecil tries to stop him, but then the general nods, and the Baron calls out in his bold voice, drawing the centaur's attention. The call comes just in the nick of time. The centaur freezes and turns towards the party. That very same moment, the jaws of a great monster emerge up from the earth, right where the centaur would have stepped should he have continued on his way. With barely a glance, the seasoned Varnling host recognizes the monster as a bullet, a sleek predator which attacks its prey from under the ground. Baron Varn takes up his sword, steadfastly set on settling the matter himself. The general touches the Baron on the sleeve and quickly whispers his plan. He suggests they approach the monster silently, rather than rush it at full speed. Reasoning that such a subterranean monster is unlikely to rely on its vision, the warriors of the Varnling host move silently forward, dancing from one boulder to the next, careful never to touch the soil. The general's plan is a success, and they are able to approach the monster undetected. As they draw near, the warriors strike in unison, throwing all their might into a single precise and deadly attack. The wounded beast roars and tries to escape under the ground. The general and the Baron exchange glances, nod silently, and attack the beast with a finishing blow. Could this monster withstand the united attack of these battle-hardened comrades? The answer could but be a decisive no. With this second blow, it roars one final time, and then its lifeless flesh sinks onto the ground. Another glorious victory for the Varnling host. Not bad. I was expecting a fight, but I'll take it. The general and the Baron eye the battlefield. The young centaur approaches the party hesitantly. His young face glows with boundless gratitude, but its curiosity is tinged with fear. Baron Varn greets the boy and strikes up a conversation. Cecil Laurentis, mumbling something about reckless risks for questionable purposes, approaches the beast's lifeless corpse and starts performing some calculations. Meanwhile, the general decides that this is the perfect moment to learn more about centaurs. The centaur says his name is Royko, but it sounds more like a nickname than a real one. He is manifestly stunned by the courage of Baron Varn and his people. He hesitantly prepares to go on his way, explaining that the tribe would soon notice his absence and that he might be punished for talking to the two-legged. The general delicately manages to get some further information from him. For the most part, it only amounts to what the team already knows, but they learn that the centaur belongs to the No-Men tribe, and their leader is one Akora Silverfire, a name Royko speaks with the fiery awe of youth. The No-Men centaurs consider themselves guardians for this land, and stand ready to defend it from any invasion. Royko also tells them, with a sigh, that the tribe is very small, unlike in the olden days, War and disaster has taken their toll, and the other tribes no longer want to deal with the no-men. Royko's words make it seem as though the other Centaur tribes consider his own tribe perhaps a little mad. Saying warm goodbyes to the young Centaur, Baron Varn nods, content with his own thoughts, and leads the party on to Varnhold. Alright guys, I think we're at a pretty good stopping point, so let's get back to Varnhold and then we'll hit the pause button.
I do not like that Gunderson, even if he is not a spy. And mind you, I still have my doubts. Vagabonds like him always bring trouble.
I can't keep all the vagabonds from breaking their necks in the ruins. At least if he finds something interesting, he'll bring it to us, not Brevoy.
And we'll pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Discord channel, the official Facebook page, the official Twitter feed, the fan-run wiki, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Kickstarter. Links are in the description.